Isintu is an African way of life. Umuntu is God's creation and design. Ntu is a spirit traveling to space and time to intertwine the flesh with the mind so that Umuntu may exist and Isintu may persist and God's light can shine within the dark mist of the homes of those who roam but don't believe. Isintu is an African way of life. Umuntu is God's creation and design. Ntu is a spirit traveling to space and time to intertwine the flesh with the mind so that Umuntu may exist and Isintu may persist and God's light can shine within the dark mist of the homes of those who roam but don't believe. So when I pray that those who believe in me keep me in their prayers. In these last days of slavery and famine, surrounded by sins and betrayals, psychological sabotage, to trust a system that betrays us. Our leaders have failed us and turned against us, and hence we're rebellious. What once stood as the land of our forefathers is now flooded by foreigners who came here in the ship, looking for their treasure by the state they found, paradise on their feet, touched the ground, and ever since then, Lady Gaia has been on fire and Gondwana has been upset, all because all her children forgot about Sunum Kubulane when they went to church. So when happening, people are communicate with my ancestors, but as soon as they see smoke, they classify my way of life as witchcraft, forgetting that spent offerings are mentioned in the Bible at least about 26,000 times. A vast majority of my literature is not recorded in my mother's tongues, but in mystical, majestical, and mystical signs that once stood to represent the true essence of Ubuntu. See, Isintu is an African way of life. Umuntu is God's creation and design, and Ntu is a spirit traveling to space and time to intertwine the flesh with the mind so that Umuntu may exist and Isintu may persist and God's light can shine within the dark mist of the homes of those who roam but don't believe. If I can take a journey through time to find the origins of mankind without the Bible or the good book of Quran or any other religious manuscript or sign that tells us of how the earth began, this is for any priests, scientists or revolutionaries who believe in ideologies, theories and made up stories that are told to gimmick the public and deaf societies. I wrote this in black ink because it's dark where I come from. See, blacks fail to think about what's really going on. The mind is always shifted but never lifted. Get a book and read. No son but they get a beer instead. You can just tell by looking at today that tomorrow has been wasted like toxic illusions lead to confusions, confusions lead to frustrations, frustrations lead to being lost with directions, and directions with no compass. It's like questions with no answers. So in essence we are all lost without traces. Origins of all religions resembles my forefathers' faces. The case has been hidden in what I'm believing and feeling, information piling to the ceiling, but I don't know if it is worth my reading, because I don't know if it is what I'm needing, but my identity is bleeding to death. I'm black and that's all I've got left. Even though I've been deprived of my spiritual supremacy, identity and religious technology, I still got Isintu, an African way of life. Umuntu, God's creation and design. Ntu, a spirit traveling to space and time to intertwine the flesh with the mind so that Umuntu may exist and Isintu may persist and God's light can shine within the dark mist of the homes of those who roam but don't believe.